Any changes that you want to make to your physical appearance ideally should come from a place of love and wanting to get healthier, not necessarily wanting to get smaller, skinnier, or wanting to be enough for society, but it should be for the pure want and curiosity as to how you can get healthier and how you can feel better in your body. And if you are feeling like you're holding on to a bit of excess weight and you're feeling a bit chubby right now, then I want to share with you the techniques that I did to get from holding on to a lot of weight and being pretty chubby and thinking, what the hell happened to me, because I was very slim in high school and college, and then suddenly when I got to around 19, 20, 21, I started holding on to a lot of excess weight. I'm not saying it's a negative thing, but it wasn't like I was putting on weight. I was just holding on to weight, especially around my stomach and just in areas that I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I've always been skinny. What's happening? And then I realized that there were some changes that I had to make to my lifestyle, which helped me to lose that excess weight or that chubbiness that I was holding on to. So there's a few things that you can do if you're feeling chubby right now and it feels very unnatural. And these things are very, very simple. They're free and you can do them every single day. All you have to do is try to make them habits. Try to make them very, very easy to do. And I'll give you tips throughout the video on how you can do that. Water retention is something that can make you look very chubby, and especially in your face and especially around your stomach if you are holding on to excess water. I changed how I was drinking water. I have never changed how much water I am drinking. I've never really tracked how much water I'm drinking, and I'm such an advocate for staying hydrated and drinking water. But if you are someone who is constantly drinking water throughout the day as well when you're eating meals, then you could be holding on to excess water in the body and having water retention issues, meaning that your body is holding on to a lot of water because you're constantly drinking water. So here are some techniques on how to drink water the right way. First of all, you want to drink lukewarm or kind of very warm water. And the best way to do this is to boil water and then either wait for that to cool down or have half boiling water and half normal temperature water, and then you will be drinking warm water. Doing this first thing in the morning to hydrate yourself is the next best thing you're going to get to electrolytes, and this is completely free. Also, what you can do is you can add in some sea salt or some Himalayan salt, because when you're not drinking for 8 hours during the night, your body is getting dehydrated. It's losing salt, it's losing minerals, it's losing water, so you want to hydrate yourself in the morning. And if you can drink a big glass of water in the morning, then you're already on the right track to hydrating yourself well, and you're less likely to feel thirsty throughout the day. So starting your day with proper hydration, warm water and electrolytes is your bonus. But as I said, I'm giving you free tips here. So water is free. I really hope water is free for you. When you are eating, not drinking water. This is predominantly better for your digestion, because then your body doesn't have to focus on breaking down solids and breaking down the liquids with it. When I first started doing this, it was so hard not to drink while I'm eating, but now it's just a habit. I never have a drink while I'm eating, and something you can also try is not eating 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after when it comes to digesting my food better, so I'm not feeling chubby and feeling bloated after eating, is just not drinking whilst I'm eating. So anytime around when you're not eating, you can be drinking a lot. And also when you're working out, stay hydrated, drink, but when you're eating, stay away from any water. So it's quite good, because I feel like knowing when to drink water makes you drink the right amount of water, because you have like kind of time slots as to when to drink it. And then when it comes to going to sleep, your sleep quality is going to be better if you're not eating and drinking right before bed. So a lot of people recommend not eating 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep, and then not drinking 1 hour before you go to sleep. This is something I'm still working on, because I have such a habit of going to bed with a glass of water and I'm constantly drinking water. But doing this, just again, your body is holding on to water retention, which could be making you a little bit chubby. Okay, that's enough of a masterclass in drinking water. The next thing is snacking. When you are constantly snacking on something in between meals, you're not giving your body the permission and the time it needs to digest your food properly. So sticking to 3 meals a day, or if you need more, if you need less, go with that. But try to avoid snacking and give yourself some hours in between, just to let your body digest. Because if you are constantly snacking, then your body is getting confused, doesn't know when to digest, doesn't know when to break down fats, and then you're going to be holding on to excess weight. The same goes with not eating enough, and this could be also making you chubby. I see this in so many young women, and I saw this in myself. When you are depriving yourself of food, of nutritious food, of meals, but you're just snacking instead here and there, confusing your body is going to hold on to excess weight because it's going to store fat because it doesn't know when it's getting the next meal. Our body, especially as women, it just wants to feel safe. It just wants to know when things are coming because we're very routine as humans. It's like our body knows, okay, we usually get food at this time, so we can already start breaking down. Our bodies are very, very clever. And like I said, as women, the goal is not to feel stressed so that our bodies can reproduce. Like biologically, that is how our bodies want to work. So if you start to eat your meals at the same time every day and making it 3 meals or 4 meals, whatever you like, your body's going to know what's happening and it's going to be able to break down the food much more effectively. 2 years ago, when I was working in a cafe, I was snacking like all day and I was drinking a lot of coffee all day as well, and that had milk in, and I was the chubbiest I've ever been. And that was the time when I gained the most weight. That was also the time when I was training the most, but that was a time when I probably looked my worst, I think. I also had really bad acne, and yeah, my body was just not thriving, even though I was training so much, eating so much, but my body was confused. Like some days I wouldn't have breakfast, some days I would snack all morning because I'd be in the cafe and I'd be eating banana bread, you know? So your body just wants to know what's coming and wants to feel safe. As soon as I started, the starting point for me was just breakfast, was just having a set time eating breakfast, and then I could work on the lunch and the dinner and making it very regular. So my body knew what was coming. My body knows we're going to get a nutritious meal in. And if you are struggling and thinking it's going to cost so much money to have these nutritious meals, then I promise you, like frozen meals, just because they are cheap, it doesn't mean they are cheaper in the long run. Because when you're buying vegetables and you're able to make 5 meals from these vegetables or 3 meals, then that actually works out a lot cheaper than getting 1 meal from a frozen meal, for example. So in the long run, think about nutrition and how it actually isn't so expensive, but I know it can seem expensive. I just want to make sure that you know that it is accessible for you. So that was snacking and not eating enough and water retention. The next 2 are more physical things that you can do, and that is walking. When I started to focus on getting 10k steps a day, I don't know where this number came from, but for me, when I started getting 10,000 steps a day, I thought my body just looked better. I was just moving more, and I was walking a lot of the time after I was eating meals, which then reduces bloating. Because you feeling chubby right now might genuinely just you being bloated after eating a meal, and that is normal. That can happen unless you're reacting badly to a food. Sometimes your stomach, you know, the food is just went into your body and the food is sitting on your stomach, so it's normal for it to show sometimes. But if you feel like the bloating is too much and you're not digesting properly, the best hack is just a 10-minute walk, and this will help your food to digest and help you lose that excess fat that your body's holding on to. A 10-minute walk or just tidying your room after you've eaten a meal is a life hack to reduce your chubbiness and bloating. The last thing, if you are training right now, if you go to the gym, let me know in the comments below. I really want to know. But this is not engaging your core during your exercises. If you're struggling to see any abs or see any definition, but you are weight training, then of course, abs are made in the kitchen, so it is part of your food. But engage your core in every exercise. Honestly, my upper body workouts are usually like a core workout at the same time, because whenever I'm doing like shoulders, I am like squeezing my core and I'm using my abs at the same time. And I think this is like the only way that I get a bit of definition, because I do not enjoy training abs, guys. So engage your core if you're working out. Engage your core if you're going on that brisk walk. I'm not telling you to be obsessed with engaging your core, but just these small little hacks can really help. So start doing these things on the day-to-day. Write it on a little post-it note, or just make your warm water. You can implement one thing at a time. It doesn't have to be everything all at once, and let me know if you feel a difference. Have a beautiful day, week, month, and I'll see you in the next video.